Good morning, friends of Alderman Farms. Thought we'd jump on this morning for a quick garden update on this beautiful day. Nice cool morning. Been up and at 'em, getting the getting the fitters cred. Our critters already have cred. They're getting the critters fed, shall we say. And as I was walking past the garden, the alderman peas just struck me at how well they're blooming. And so Patty, I think, is going to join us out here in just a few minutes to give us her expert take on what she's been getting accomplished. But right now I'm going to turn the camera around and let you see what I saw this morning. I almost pushed the finish button. Hey y'all, look at there. It is loaded with blooms. Let me try to back up a little bit without stepping on something else. The alderman peas are just looking great, and so I just can't get over, like I said, they used to be called, and still are called, telephone pole peas. And when you look at the stems, you can tell why. Look how thick that is. I mean, it's thick and straight. Looks like a telephone pole, and Patty's got the jute twine up there, and they are really latching on and looking great. So hopefully they will make as good as they are blooming. I was just looking to see if I could tell if they're making. I can't tell, but anyway, look at this gorgeous kale, would you? Patty said, I thought you were talking about me. You're always gorgeous, honey. Nice little, tiny little patch of oak leaf lettuce.
And look, this is one that I transplanted right here because it was coming up in my tomatoes when I transplanted the tomatoes out. And so I think that may be that one that I call Crevinus, that I can't pronounce the name.
Yeah.
It kind of
Krakowiensis.
Yeah.
Not sure exactly how to pronounce it. It's a Czechoslovakian word, I think, but Krakowiensis is how it's spelled.
And you know, I've never seen that. I heard Tommy talk about the peas. I would imagine the pea is going to come right there. I think that's a pea at the between the flower and the stem.
Yeah, okay.
If it's like snap beans and the other beans, which I'm sure it is. So.
Yeah.
And look, y'all, I want to tell y'all this. This lettuce here, I picked it Tuesday morning, and I got almost 3 gallons off of this little bit. Well, I say 3 gallons. It was a half a pound in each gallon, so 1.5 pounds of lettuce off of just this little bit. And so I was able to sell some this week, and so I was just very pleased.
3-gallon bags is what you mean, right?
Yeah, and they weren't stuffed full because I put a half a pound in each bag.
Yeah.
So. But I'm very pleased with the yield, and I have more lettuce to put in the ground this morning.
Can you name them right here?
Yeah, this is Grandpa something.
This is Grandpa something. That's the official scientific name.
Let me see. Admins, Grandpa.
That looks like land.
No, that's ADMI. I said NS. I don't show them.
Who knows?
They can't read my writing if I can't.
It's in the 60s here this morning.
Feels wonderful. And this is black-seeded Simpson right here.
Black-seeded Simpson.
This is one of my favorites. I like it a lot.
And what's that in the corner opposite of that?
This is, I think, speckled. This is the only 2 plants of speckled that came up. Of course, it needs weeding. I'm going to try and get some seeds off of this because I like this lettuce a lot. I like the color, but I was very pleased with the Grandpa. And the Grandpa lettuce gives it's got a lot of body to it. It's not just a little bitty thin lettuce.
Yeah, it looks like a hardy leaf.
It is. But oh, we've got so much weeding to do. Oh my goodness. This is my cilantro, and I've heard it's hard to grow, but I'm very pleased with it. I need to cook something for my son-in-law. We do a Colombian dish for him, and what is it called? Ajiaco. And anyway, I use cilantro in it, so I'm tickled that I'm going to get to put my own cilantro in it when I make it for him. So I need to do that soon. I haven't done it in a while. So anyway, my mustard, something's eating my mustard greens. But, you know, like I said, if none of the bugs want to eat it, I don't know if I want to eat it either, because that means it's full of chemicals. And obviously mine's not full of chemicals, because look at all the holes. But I'll pick it and eat it. I'll wash it real good, make sure we don't eat bugs too, because I don't like eating bugs. So.
Or scorpions or bats.
Right.
If you don't know what we're talking about, Google that. Scorpions and bats in lettuce.
I was noticing how bad this bed looks, but actually in reality, if we didn't have this mulch on it, these things have come up, and these things are really bad, and you got to get them up by the root, which they come up pretty easy in the mulch. But if you let them get any bigger than this, you've got to stick your fingers in the dirt to get them out, because they get stickers all over them. So, but it's nice that they do, and it's because it's in the mulch. If there wasn't mulch here and soft soil, then it would break off and another one would just come up from the root.
2 probably.
Yeah. So, but I mean, really, in reality, the bed doesn't look that bad. Oh, I was noticing my cucumbers. I hate to walk right in front of you. Which this needs weeding too. Everything needs weeding, but it's still not as bad as it would have been. But you see that they're putting out their little
tendrils.
Huh?
Tendrils.
Is that what you call them?
Yeah.
Anyway, so they're going to be reaching over to my fence, so I'm excited that they're starting to do that, so it won't. Oh, look at this. Anybody know what that is? Oh, I see quite a few that has this on there.
This is Japanese long cucumbers. So we need somebody to help us figure out what that is.
I'm going to have to, if y'all don't know, I'm going to have to send a picture to my extension agent. Because look, if you show them down here, there's quite a few of them that have that. That's some kind of disease, I'm afraid.
Huh. We're going to have to look into that.
Yeah.
There's several more. There's one with a giant hole in it.
I'm not so worried about holes, but I'm worried about that other stuff. Holes, spiders, bugs.
Yeah.
And y'all, oh my goodness, I still haven't dealt with my green onions.
Our schedule has been a nightmare.
Yes, and it's only getting worse. And look, here's some volunteer dill coming up right here amongst the spinach and the weeds. See, here's another one of those sticker things.
Show them the deal again.
This is the deal right here. And right here. See, I had dill planted here last year, so some reseeded.
Yeah, and the spinach has been overtaken with chickweed.
Which I have plans of fixing that, but
it's just been nuts. We've got so much to do, and yesterday we lost the whole day yesterday. It was a good day, but we lost it in the garden.
I didn't.
Because we had basically an all-day tennis match yesterday.
But I didn't, because, you know, I told y'all I like to only plant in the evening. And I went against what I normally do, because I'm like, I've got to get some of these plants out of here. So down here I planted 12. Well, let me look at the thing. Well, I didn't put it in here.
Tomatoes.
Yeah, 12 tomatoes, but it's mortgage lifter.
Oh, mortgage lifters.
It's the mortgage lifter tomatoes. Remember, earlier I realized I was out of seeds, and so I ordered some. So these were later coming up in the greenhouse, but I'm still pleased, and I've got them in here. Tommy had filled this box up with leaves. So see over there in the cart right there, that's extra leaves from this box, and if you pan around over here to that stack in that box, that's an extra stack of leaves. So, you know, I can't put it too thick right around my plants at first. As they get bigger, we're going to add more to it. Last night I was out here when it was dark planting, and I'll tell you what I planted. If I look at it, I got 6 bullnose peppers in the ground here. I just did a row this way. Let's see what this is. This is Japanese white eggplant. And over there, that's another eggplant, but I'll have to read it and see. Oh, that's that mayo or whatever, I think. Oh, I can't read it. I got dirt on it.
Wendy Benjamin says that chickweed's good on sandwiches.
Yeah, I know. I haven't really harvested any for us to eat.
I don't know. It looks like my Toyota.
Yeah,
Mitoyo?
my Toyo.
Mitoyo, something.
anyway, I've got only 5 of them, and actually this is the plants that were in the coconut
Planters.
seed pods.
Yeah.
And the roots were coming out the bottom, and from what I remember, you could plant the whole thing, and so I did. And so I didn't want to take them out of here and separate them, so some of them you'll see it looks like there's 2 plants. That's because there is 2 plants, and I'm just gonna have to fertilize it good.
Yeah.
So that's some more peppers. I haven't put them out yet. Right there. This box here, I'm gonna get in it and look at the soil and everything.
We got some ants to deal with.
I've got ants, yeah. But I'm gonna maybe plant in this part of it. This is more shaded in the garden. Not that it has full shade by any means, but the lettuce that I have in my greenhouse, I'm gonna put in here. I'm gonna rake it back and see how my soil's looking. This is where I had my garlic, and I was so proud of the chickens because they really left it alone earlier in the winter. But when it got to the point where there was nothing out here green, it seemed like overnight they decimated my garlic. So I'm not even thinking I'll have any garlic come back because they had just eaten the greens down so bad. These extra leaves that Tommy has, I'm fixing to get out here and put around my tomato plants. We are expecting rain Sunday, so I'm hoping that I can, get a layer of leaves around the tomato plants that's in the rows out here. I've got 2 rows. One row I've got 70 tomatoes on. The other row I think I have 60 cherry tomatoes. So I told my son's girlfriend that she's gonna have to start eating tomatoes too, because she don't eat tomatoes, because we're gonna have a lot of cherry tomatoes if they all make good.
Show them the potato bloom.
Oh yeah, that's so pretty.
I posted a photo on Instagram and our Facebook page of our first potato bloom. And somebody asked, when the potatoes start flowering, does that mean that the potatoes have stopped growing? And I commented, I hope I told them right, that they're not ready to harvest till the vines die.
Yeah, we wait till the vines start dying back, and we've actually had potatoes when we did not get any blooms. And I was talking to a friend of mine, James Richmond, that we do the farmers market together, and he was telling me that that he's had the same thing, or that he knows of that happening, that the potato plants don't have to bloom to make potatoes. So I would say no, that doesn't mean the potatoes have stopped growing. I could be wrong about that, but I mean,
somebody said that's correct.
Oh, it is correct? Okay. Yeah. Well, I just was thinking it might not be, because we have made potatoes with no blooms at all. But anyway, the thing is that thinking more about that is that they bloom, and not long after they bloom, they start dying back. So maybe it does mean they've stopped growing.
It could be coincidental, yeah. The lima beans are looking really good, at least half the row.
Yeah, our shaded row, but we still have some that's coming up along. Probably need to get in there and water and maybe break that ground up a little bit and put some leaves in between the lima beans.
As you can tell, you saw that way long time ago when I did our mulch versus no mulch video, and we still haven't had a chance to. We've just been, so busy we hadn't had a chance to get in there and cover it like we needed to.
I wanted to tell y'all too, I know everybody don't have room to grow a garden, and you might have room in your backyard and it's all shade, and you can't grow a garden in all shade. There may be some things you can grow, and you could get a little bit, but it's not going to do great. But look at how pretty these potato plants are. I mean, they're just gorgeous. Squash plants are pretty too. They get to the point where they start looking ugly, but there's lots of stuff that you could make a flower bed in your front yard if your front yard gets sun.
Cabbages. Yeah,
I mean, that people grow all kind of stuff as decorative now. Now they sell, purple cabbages, decorative cabbages, but it's edible. Now there may be some things that look like a cabbage that's not edible, so you need to make sure. But I mean, these potatoes, there's nothing wrong with them, and you could actually take some flowers and put in between them. They don't have to be all planted close together. The green onions over there, I mean, they're a pretty plant.
Mm-hmm.
Mustard greens,
garlic.
They're pretty. garlic is pretty, you know. So I mean, if you have it in your front yard and you have and you're in a subdivision and you have a lot of restrictions, yeah, you might not be able to let your squash plant do like I'm going to do mine and just let it go everywhere, where half of it looks kind of yucky and half of it don't, and all like that. You may want to pull them sooner, but you pull it and put another one, you know. So
got two questions, then we're going to have to jump off. Hey Teresa, Wendy Benjamin wants to know, and I think this was when we were talking about lettuce, I'm not sure, but do you save your seeds, and how do you keep them from crossing?
Lettuce is not real bad to cross, from what I've read. Not all of my lettuce will go to seed at the same time, and so I will, once it starts drying and everything, you can cut off the stalk, because it'll shoot up. I guess you know this. It'll shoot up your flower head, and it'll be taller. And what I'll do is I'll cut that and I'll put it upside down in a paper bag, like from the store, and just leave it like that. And what I've done before is I scrunch up the top of the bag and put a twist tie around it, so it's actually making my flower head hang. But you know, you wait till it's ready. You know, they're starting to dry really good. You want to let it start drying. You can't pick it when it just has flowers. But you know, I haven't been diligent of saving my seeds all the time. Like the lettuce seeds that I planted this year, they were all bought, you know, for this year's season. So, or either I had them from last year. They weren't my seeds. But I have saved seeds before, and they've done very well. In fact, I probably should have some of that, what I call crevinus.
Yeah, Krakowiensis.
Lettuce seed somewhere, seems like. I need to look that up.
Sheila Trimble says she has some store-bought potatoes that are growing eyes. I can plant them, yes?
Yes. A lot of times the potatoes you buy in the store are treated with something where they won't grow eyes. But I would say if your potatoes are growing eyes, plant them. And you know that you can actually take your potato, like if you have 4 eyes, you know, you don't want to put a little bitty piece of potato in there, but you want to have a hunk of potato on your eye. But you can actually cut that potato and cut like if your potato has 4 eyes and you can get a big enough chunk of it, you could have 4 hills of potatoes out of the 1 potato.
Well, thank you guys. Appreciate all the kind comments about our garden. It does look pretty, but man, if something doesn't break with our schedule, it's going to get it don't take long to get out of hand. But
no, and it's well on its way of being out of hand, and I'm fixing to plant some more. So yeah.
Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you again online. If there's any other additional questions, please put them in the comments once the video posts. Thanks, and have a great day.